going to draw this blue bottle now. It's not as simple as it looks. Just having a look at the shape there. First section we're going to do now is to actually decide how that bottle is going to fit in. That is the height of the bottle. You decide that in advance. How much space has it got to occupy? That is the size. Now we're going to show that the bottle is going to be drawn at an angle. So you must draw the angle that the bottle is going to be placed at, and that's the angle I've chosen there. So I've got the bottle sitting at that angle. Now I draw that angle as a flat plane going up to the top. That is the length of the whole drawing. I've just worked it out and I've done the angle. That is the central section of the bottle. Where's that going to go? That's the angle that I just repeat. The page we've got here has other examples where we use the same approach. Just checking my angles, you can see they need a bit of adjusting. I'm looking at the side of the bottle. There's an angle that comes down on the side that forms the shape at the bottom round area. I'm going to draw it using straight lines. I find it easier to construct everything with straight lines, and that forms my scaffolding. I'm not actually drawing the bottle, I'm drawing the scaffolding into which that bottle can comfortably sit. And this is easier to work out than if I just draw the bottle straight from my observation. You can make it work, but it won't have quite the same convincing effect. Now I'm starting to give it dimension. I've got a flat bottle, I've got the angle of the bottle. Now I'm going to create the dimension of the bottle, clarifying my lines. The dimension of the bottle is hard to see on the bottle itself. I'm going to make it as a sort of sharp, flat edged geometric shape, and that's going to help me to see the dimension. For a while now I'm going to work on the neck of the bottle, just a little bit of detail there. The neck of the bottle does not fit the same structure as the base of the bottle because it's just a cylinder, and therefore you draw the circle from the top and to where it joins with this part. Now I'm at the there I'm showing you the side of the bottle there. The side of the bottle is rounded, but I'm just explaining how I'm going to draw it as a flat geometric shape first. Now this is quite technical and it does take some practicing. This is I would suggest an advanced drawing exercise. It's good to follow it step by step if you want to do something like this, but it is an advanced exercise. I've got my geometrically simplified shape now. I've simplified the bottle into a basic geometric underdrawing, which forms the scaffolding to the drawing that goes on top. Experiment with different pencils. Some people enjoy working this part with a very hard pencil because it's light. You're going to go over that with a much softer pencil which is darker so that you can see the drawing. I would suggest that we are not drawing the bottle. We're actually building a scaffolding on which to draw the bottle. This is very, very, very important to the way we are learning how to understand drawing here. Just adding some detail there with the neck there. You've got to look, you've still got to use your observation as carefully as possible. if you look at the drawings next to that, we've followed exactly the same system, and I've demonstrated it in stages that you can actually see on the page. The bottle to the left of it is an octagonal shape, but it starts its life off as a cylinder, and then you break it down. Always start with an easy, simple shape and then build into a more complex shape to follow. That is the trick of this drawing process. As you do your scaffolding, sometimes you realize that something is not quite in the right place, or the angle is not quite correct. So I'm taking a bit of time now here just to perfect all the detailing of the scaffolding aspect. I want to show clearly what's going on there. I'm drawing a center line down there in the middle. That line at the top is straight. It's a center line that goes down to the bottom, which is not straight. It follows the same angle as I've drawn the scaffolding of the bottom part. Now I'm putting the circular shape that fits the bottom of the bottle. So it is not a round circle because of the fact of it being a flat shaped bottle. So the ellipse that follows that central line is at an angle. The widest point is at an angle that follows the structure of the bottle. That part there by the neck is not at an angle. That is a flat circle that is straight. When I say straight, it's parallel to the edge of the paper. If you don't do it parallel to the edge of the paper, it looks skew and it doesn't look right. I'm drawing another circle here just softly to show that there is a rounded area just below the neck there. It's not quite as wide as the bottom, and I'm just indicating it very gently to give myself a starting point for the curving of that section of the bottle. The next step is going to be to use my scaffolding, but to actually draw the bottle now. I have finished with my underdrawing, and I'm going to put the actual shape of the bottle on, but it's going to hug this scaffolding. So when I get to a sharp edge, what I'm going to be doing now is to curve it, as I'm starting to do there. It curves in there. You can see it's got a curve in to get to the circle at the bottom. If I just draw it straight, I can get it to look right, but I know that if I draw the curved shape of the bottle around the scaffolding as I have it, I'm going to have the bottle exactly right, and that gives me a nice sense of confidence that my shape is correct. The line I'm drawing at the bottom there is the front line of the bottle that curves in, not to be confused with the back line, which has still got to come. That line there's got to join onto the other line, which we will get to just now. I'm just going to put the curve of the neck going onto the top section, curve it round the corner there. It's got to follow, that's the angle there, it's got to move in from that angle. There we have it. That curves in. You see it cuts off quite a large section at the bottom of the bottle there, but that's because of the shape of the bottle. So now we've got the shape of the bottle quite correct, and the line that I'm drawing now is actually needs to be softened because you don't really see that front section line on the actual bottle itself, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm getting rid of it using my putty rubber. I'm explaining how to remove that line because of the curved surface of the bottle. You can't have a strong, obvious line there. going to switch to a darker pencil now. By dark I mean softer, so we would have started off with an F pencil or an H, and we're moving on to a 3B or a 4B or something now. Now I'm strengthening those lines, making them darker. I'm drawing the actual shape of the bottle itself. So I'm going to use a much darker pencil. When you draw your lines, don't just try to draw them straight on. You stroke the line on as I'm showing you there. Curve that line around. I think that line is going to have to come out a little bit there more at the bottom. I'm actually looking very hard at the bottle itself now. I'm looking at the shape of the edge there. It's got to come a little bit further out. There it is. Okay, we're almost done with this phase of the drawing. The next section is to look at the shading.